How's it going, everyone? My name is Tom Moore, coming at you live from the Spyderco Millie Club. Still not used to saying that. Used to be the Spyderco Millie PM2 Para 3 Club. It's on Facebook, and that's what the group's named. But we changed it, and I like the shorter name better, but it's not as descriptive. Well, today we are going to do some sharpening. And I got, first up, a Reeve large Sebenza, and we're going to do mirror edge on this, and if we have time we'll do another knife, but for now we're going to start with this guy. We're going to be using our TSProf K03, and fairly new to the channel are these clamps. These are the quick clamps. You see they do this kind of thing. These have made me really love the K03. These really are, they grip tight, they're quick, you'll see them set up, but they're just fantastic clamps. So we'll start, let's get this mounted up. So I'm going to tighten the quick clamp, snap it down. We got a little bit of a space constraint because there is a thumb stud that we have to get in front of. Make sure it doesn't move. We're good to go. Now let's take some electrical tape. As always, if you're not using electrical tape, you're really risking your knife. This makes sharpening so much faster and easier and less stressful if you just tape off the ricasso and the handle. And tape this off. And this will save you a lot of headaches and a lot of fucked up knives. Okay. Now we're going to take a Sharpie. We're going to draw on the edge. I did a TikTok of how to do this part a couple days ago, and it went viral, which is pretty cool, on how to set an existing edge. Kind of a random video to go viral on TikTok, but it got like 200,000 views, which is a shit ton for me. Okay, we're going to use what I usually use, Hapstone Premium CBN stone, starting at 150 grit. Okay, got them mounted up. Set our stop collars. Set our stop collars up. Oh, I guess we kind of got to dial in the angle first before we fully get there. Okay, so this is a CRK, and CRKs are generally around 21 degrees from the factory. So we're going to start at 21 and then adjust from there. Now we start on the presentation side. So give it a good scrub. And it's right at 21 degrees. It's scrubbing it clean. So yeah, we're good on this side, 21. And this side, just to confirm, looks good. Let's see if we need to do any little minor adjustments. If anything were low, that's mainly just towards the tip on both sides. The belly and the heel are all right at 21 degrees. And so this is what I mean when I've always said that I don't think Chris Reeve edges are convex like everyone says, or if they are, you don't notice it. Because I just did the Sharpie trick on this edge, and it's clean. There's no hump in it. It's, I don't know. People always talk about me sharpening their CRKs to a convex edge, and I don't think they are supposed to be, really. At least the ones I've seen that have come in are not. Okay, so we are, make sure our stop collar is so good. Set the back one. Okay, now we're off to sharpening. So most of the edge is right on money. So we're just going to try to raise a burr. Don't really have to do any reprofiling. Towards the tip, we got a little bit of work to do. We're a little bit at a lower angle than the existing edges. So holding my finger underneath the tip. There we go. Silence my phone. And then we're already all nice and clean up on the belly and the tip where it was at a different angle. It's really that quick. It really doesn't take much work. If you get the angle dialed in, you get the angle really well dialed in when you're sharpening. You don't just say, I'm going to sharpen to 20 degrees because I heard a good EDC angle is 20 degrees. I need to turn this notifications off. It's annoying. Yeah, if you profile to what's existing, it's really quick to clean up an edge. Like I said, my experience, Chris Reeve knives are 21 degrees. That's Sebenzas like this with the drop point blade and the primary edge on Tontos. So we're going to re-sharpie this edge. Same thing on the sides, pretty well where we want it to be. So it's first pass. Sometimes I get a burr on my first pass, sometimes I don't. This time I'm trying just to profile the edge, make sure everything looks good, and then we'll go back. Make sure we raise a burr for the full edge. For now, we're just trying to get this profiled. Why is this not stopping noise? Stop. I don't want a text. Okay. A little bit of work to do on the tip. So we're going to go perpendicular to the edge strokes like this. This is how I profile tips. Finger underneath the tip of the knife. Show you up close. Finger on the tip of the knife. It's hard to do it on the flip side because you're doing it kind of blind. So you're just going to kind of run the stone halfway off the tip of the knife and go perpendicular to the edge strokes until it's all profiled. And we're not quite there yet. And we're going to do long sweeping strokes as well to make sure this stays blended in. There we go. Now we're looking real good. Is that a chip or is that just the edge? A little bit of Sharpie left on this one. There we go. Okay, let's give this side a few more strokes. We're going to flip it, check for a burr, see if we actually got one. Kind of got one, it feels like. We definitely got one towards the tip. So now we are just trying to, we're done profiling. Now we're just trying to create a burr. Make sure everything looks nice and even. These tips are interesting. And again, this thing's got a nice sharp factory tip. So when you're learning to sharpen, less is more when it comes to tips. So just if you don't have to sharpen a tip, if it's not broken, if it's not damaged, leave it alone. Stay away from it as much as you can. It's really easy to round them off. I have a lot of knives come in that other people have sharpened, and then the request is just to fix it. And it's doable, but it's a pain in the butt. CRKs, at least their S35 and S45 VN, are usually take a little while to create a burr. Let's see if we're good. We got a burr here. I can see it all the way to the edge. Okay, so this will be our last pass with the 150 stone then. Now we're just trying to make sure we get full burr to the whole edge. Our edge has no Sharpie left on it. And we're trying to get the scratches to go in the same direction to make sure everything looks nice and uniform and there's no weird like matte finish spots. Everything looks nice and uniform. So I know the scratches are all lined up. I'm going to check for a burr. We got one there. We got one there. Okay, now we're going to switch to our 400 grit stone. And if you are just getting into sharpening, but you want to start with good equipment, so you want to get good stones, I can't recommend these half stones premium CBNs enough, but they're expensive. But if you want to just sharpen to get a satin edge, all you need is the 150 stone we just used and this 400 grit stone, and you'll be styling and profiling. You will get amazing edges very quickly, and honestly, mirrors are cool, and we're going to do one now. But if you just don't care about that, which I mean, I understand why people don't care, this is all you need. Okay, we're going to flip it. Don't spend too much time on upper stones. They should go fairly quickly. Once you already have a burr, you're just trying to minimize the burr and get rid of the scratches from the previous stone. And it doesn't take very many passes to get rid of the scratches. Like, it's already done. So we're still going to go a little longer, but we're ready to flip already. On 400, I usually do 2 passes just to be safe. In the upper stones, I just do 1 pass. This is the last chance you really get to get anything that's obviously noticeable out of the edge. Any scratches or any spots won't come out if above 400. The 800 grit stone shines it up pretty nicely, but it's not going to take scratches out. Okay, I think we're good. Flip it. Okay, and we're looking good. Now we're going to go to our 800 grit stone. And now this stone really does a good job of just turning the burr into a fine dusty powder. It really just eats it up and it kind of disappears. After this stone, you don't even really need to use a strop that much. This stone really makes everything nice. It gives a nice semi-polished matte but kind of shiny finish. But it really makes the burr just turn into nothing. So on the heel of knives, you just gotta sit there and it's something weird about them. I don't know what it is, but you gotta pay extra attention to heels. Otherwise, they'll have scratches in them. Okay, we're good. Flip it. Give it some love to the heel. And with that tape in place, it makes it a lot less nerve-wracking to sit there and mess around with the heel. Okay, we're good. 2000 grit stone. If you're watching, because there's a few of you watching, say what's up in the comments and leave me a little love. Okay, 2000 grit stone. And this is where the mirror really starts to take place. If you don't want a perfect, shiniest mirror ever, you just want a good one, you can stop at this stone. We're going to go up to 5,000 to have it. It makes it a little bit brighter. But really, after this stone, most people would say that's a mirror edge. That's all it takes. I don't mirror with strops. I mirror with stones. You'll see we do very little stropping when we're done. And it's not even with the low grit. It's the high grit, which is the strop out of my desk. Oops. That's why I put your finger under the tip so it'll fall off. And if you fall off and you don't pay attention, you can round it. Okay, we're looking nice and shiny. Okay, flip it. Last stone, we're going to use a 5,000 grit stone. Again, these stones rock. They make this pretty easy to do. And I also suggest if you want a mirror edge, do not just try to buy the top stone of whatever kind of stones you're looking at. You got to buy the set if you want to do this right and you don't want to have a big pain in the ass, because stones are all different thicknesses and it's a pain in the butt to switch thicknesses on stones and it gets really inaccurate and sloppy. So if you're going to try to do mirrors, just buy a whole set of the same stones. Okay. Someone asked me the other day why I don't get rid of the dust off my bevel. I like it. I like watching all the extra steel powder build up while I'm sharpening. And so sometimes on mirror edges, if you want to get the very leading tip not to look smoky, you got to put a little upward pressure on it to kind of bend the tip, kind of manipulate what you're sharpening. There we go. Give it a wipe down. So see, I'm just going to take 9 microns drop. This is just habit. At this point, it's not even really necessary. This is how you strop. And if you're going to satin edge, it's more important than when you're going to a mirror, because when you're going to a mirror, you pretty much already got rid of the burr. So that's good. Now we're going to take a magic eraser. And we're going to clean the blade up, make sure it looks nice and cool and clean. And all the Sharpies off the bevel. Careful doing this. Is the easiest time to get cut. Sharpening is cleaning the blade by far. I cut myself doing this all the time. So be careful. And I don't have a piece of paper handy, so I should probably get one. And just to confirm, it's sharp, and we know it's going to cut. Got this paper. Beautiful. You're going to pull through the whole edge. Make sure there's no chips in it. Cool. So we're done with this guy. So that to the side. I guess I got time to sharpen another knife while we're here. This one is a Yojimbo. Doing another mirror. Ooh, this is a cool knife. Okay, this thing's looks like it gets dirty even, but it's beautiful. Okay, so Spyderco's. We got a nice big flat spot on this Spyderco anyway to clamp, which is unusual for Spyderco's. We're basically just going to clamp straight down like this, so the edge is totally straight. Just put it there for now. But what I want to confirm is that I can get the heel, because Yojimbo heels are kind of funny. They kind of go like this. Yeah, I want to get the heel without knocking into it. So I'm going to actually make this a little bit out of square and tilt it like that. There we go. So now Spyderco's have this flat grind line right here. And because of that, we don't need to put tape on there. That's our bumper. We just don't want to grind against it too much. We just want to use it as a bump up to stop when we get our heel. Okay, switching back to our 150 stone. We're going to profile this edge. This is a Spyderco, so we're going to start at 17 degrees. Let's start at 17 degrees, Sharpie the edge. See what it looks like. It looks like it's right at 17 degrees. So we're good on that side. Yeah, Sharpie this side. And this side is also right at 17 degrees. So we're beautiful. We're going to sharpen here. Set our stop collars. Bump this one down just a little bit. And the top one. Tighten it up. Okay. And we are good to go. Rebel 1851 wants to know, what am I looking to get at Blade Show? Honestly, there's nothing at Blade Show I really give a shit about right now. I have a really good collection of knives, and I'm very satisfied, but I'm going all the way to Atlanta. So I'm probably going to get another Koenig like I always do because I'm getting in the early bird line. I want to get something I know I can resell if I have to and something I actually care and want. So probably another Koenig. I want to keep it down to 1 to 2 knives. I can't think of what the second knife would be, though. It'd be something not super expensive, probably. Because I don't have a real job. This is my job, what we're doing right now. And it doesn't pay for expensive knives very well. Okay, this should be nice. Tip is good. There's a very even edge, it looks like. Okay, heel on a Yojimbo. So we're going to bump up against it. I want to see how long this takes. So we're at 26 minutes into the broadcast. So we're going to work on the heel. Give it a few strokes and then come off of it. A few strokes and then come off of it. And it doesn't take very long at all. And you have a heel that's cut down. That's it. It's cut down. It took us 16 seconds. So blending the heel in takes a little bit longer. There's usually a little spot right in front of the heel. But to actually cut the heel tight to the ricasso takes under 30 seconds as we just demonstrated. So now there's a little bit of fade-in work to do. But we're good to go. So under 40 seconds, we just did the heel on this side. So don't spend too long. Pay attention to what you're doing. Watch, because it's really easy to overdo it. So now we're just going to try to get a burr. This edge is so even that we can probably do this in one pass. Now we're just blending everything together, just trying to get a burr. I say that's good enough for now. And we have a very nice burr all the way across the edge already. So we are profiled on that side. You hear the burr getting hit by a stone. We're going to time doing the other heel as well. Okay, this edge is looking pretty nice. Let's do the heel. I want to see what time it is. 28 and 15. Okay. So these heels are a little bit different than PM2 heels. Doing them the exact same, but just how the ground is a little bit different. It's a different kind of plunge grind. And we're done. And that took 17 seconds. And we're totally done. We blended it in and everything. It's done. So you can do heels. It's not hard. You just got to shove the stone up against there. Make sure this line doesn't interfere with where your stone needs to grind. Let's see, I got a question here. Probably a stupid question, but are you going parallel to the top line or where the stop meets the bottom are you going parallel to the top line? I'm not quite sure what this means. Basically, the way we have this set up is this is basically parallel to the jaws, but because the ricasso has got a little bend to it, I kind of tweaked it a little bit so I can sharpen the heel like we just did. If that's what you mean. I'm not sure. Okay, this is looking really good. We got a burr across the whole edge. So now we're going to do a cleanup pass with this side. Just a quick one to knock the burr down a little bit. The steel is sharpened. It's 20 CV. It's sharpening pretty nicely. Really forming a nice visual, obvious burr, which is always nice. Okay, we're good. All right, done. Switch to our 400 grit stone. It is nice sharpening worn clips. I didn't sharpen it for a long time. I don't know why I thought they'd be difficult, but sharpening worn clips is super easy. Give some love to the heel, just a bunch of strokes to try to make sure all the scratches are gone. Because heels always just tend to collect them. It's just the nature of how it is. Okay, flip. Again, 400 grit stone, I usually just, for the sake of making sure all the scratches are gone, I do 2 passes, one flip. Reduces the burr a little bit. And gives me one last chance to get any scratches out. I think we are good. Okay, switch to our 800 grit stone. Again, this one kind of just demolishes the burr. And again, you don't need to spend forever on your upper stones. You're not trying to create a burr, you're actually trying to get rid of the burr. But getting rid of the scratches from the previous stone, at least with good stones, is pretty fucking quick. And I only do 1 pass per side with my upper stones. So I do have to make sure everything looks good first time around. So I spent a little extra time on it, but really, we're good. Giving the heel a little love. I think we're good to go. Flip back, switch to our 2000 grit stone. Pretty quick edge. So this is the stone that pops the mirror out. After the stone, things looking pretty shiny. Take a gander at it. And it's kind of hard to see if you're making any progress, honestly, after your first pass or 2. Okay. And this feller sent 3 knives, which I always like doing bundles of knives. It makes me feel a lot less guilty of people mailing. It's a lot of money in postage, like $20 in postage for, to send a knife here and send it back. So when you send multiple knives, you save a lot of money doing that. I also give a discount because it's a lot easier for me to deal with sending them back in one package and one person to deal with for 3 knives. So it's 10% off, which isn't a huge deal, but it saves some money. Okay, 5,000 gritstone. And this one's really hard to tell if you're doing anything, honestly. It gets shiny really quick. Okay. And our last pass. Pretty cool Yojimbo. I've never owned a Yojimbo, actually. They're pretty fun, though. They're kind of cool. Definitely different. Used to always be afraid to own a Warncliffe blade, because I was always afraid I was going to snap a tip. But since I've never snapped a tip, I should probably not be afraid of that. Okay, we're done. Give it a wipe down. Chamois cloth. Get some of this stuff. It's awesome for cleaning off blades. You take a magic eraser. These little bits of foam we have left anyway. Get any Sharpie that's remaining off. Any goobers. Time for a new piece. That's what I do. I just have a bunch of those. Okay. We're all clean. Wipe down. Give it an edge test. Like a laser beam. Looks nice. So there you go, folks. We did a Yojimbo and a Sebenza. We did that in 38 minutes. Pretty damn fast. Let's see what we got going on in the comment section. I just got my K03 this week. Very new to sharpening. Are you putting any pressure or just letting the weight of the arm and stone do most of it? I put a little bit of pressure on it. Especially since my stones I have are metallic bonded. They're really fucking heavy. So they by themselves put pressure on the stone. So, I mean, I'm not adding a lot of pressure, but I'm not like lifting it or making it a feather. It's okay to put pressure on your stones a bit. You just don't want to flex your clamp and then you're sharpening, not the leading edge. David says, my CRK had the smallest amount of convex on the edge, lightly. See, that's what everyone says. I understand why they say that. But in practicality of sharpening, it takes one pass with my profiling stone and it's gone if it's there. So when people think I have to get like a convex attachment to do CRK, you definitely don't have to. You can just do it with normal V-grind and be done with it. All right, folks. Well, I got to go get my kid from school, but it's been a blast, and I will see you again next time. Again, this is Tom Moore from the Spider Cove Millie Club. Go join the Facebook group if you're not in it. That's the home base for this club. This is an offshoot of it, so go look it up. And if you want to get a hold of me for some professional sharpening, hit me up on Instagram at Thomas O. Moore, one word, and I will hook you up. Peace out.